Good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. Welcome to another episode of Deliberate Discussions live on YouTube with your co host, Vicky Horton, which is me. And
Patrick Parker. You threw me all off.
I really, I threw myself out. Y'all, I apologize. It has, oh my God, Patrick, I'm your co host, Vicky Horton.
I swear to God, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I lost my whole train of thought just then. Like, I'm still asleep. I ain't gonna even
The
lie,
good
man.
thing about it, friend, we can do it again.
Okay, let's start over. Take two. Good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. Welcome to another episode of Deliberate Discussions. I am your co-host, Vicky Horton,
And I'm your co-host, Patrick Parker.
and together we are Deliberate
Deliberate
Discussions.
Discussions. See there? We can do it all. Good
Okay,
job.
there we go, friend. We got that. Oh my God,
Good
y'all
job.
forgive me. This has been a crazy work week. It's the end of month for both Patrick and myself, and we both have faced challenges on our jobs today, with reconciliations, balancing things like that. So it's been crazy. So life of a human resources and accounting manager has been life in today.
Yeah, totally life. And then also, Fred, before we move forward, I just wanted to tell our loyal viewers, thank you guys so much for understanding last week when we did not go
Yes.
live. Unfortunately, I did have someone very dear and near to me that actually passed away. So just want to, give a shout out to the Tony family. Their condolences. My chosen brother, Jermaine Tony, passed away. Rest in peace, Jermaine. But thank you so much to our loyal viewers for understanding us not going live last week.
Yeah.
Mm.
My condolences, Cedric.
Thank you. And let's jump right on into
Yeah,
these
yeah, let's
advertisements.
get on. Okay, if you would like to advertise or promote your business, your product, or your event, please contact me, Vicky Horton, right here at Deliberate Discussions. You can reach me at 561-325-1488. We'll be more than happy to promote your business, your product, or your event. Or if you're interested in joining our town hall on our final episode of Deliberate Discussions for this season, episode 10, please send us an email, deliberatenediscussions@gmail.com, or give me a call to let me know that you're interested in joining. And please tell me what your topic of discussion will be.
I'm excited about
I
that. I
am.
really am.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to this town hall. There are a couple of people that I do want to reach out to that are I don't want to throw it out there, but I want to reach out to them. I got to talk to you about it first. But I saw some
Mhm.
things and I just think that they would be great for our town hall. So I'm going to reach out to those people this week after I talk to you.
Okay. So, friend, what you got going on this weekend?
Listen, so coyotes. Oh. Okay, so the West Palm Beach Coyotes, y'all know I'm a big fan. They defeated the Virginia Panthers this past Saturday, 20-0. The girls, Virginia didn't even get on the scoreboard. So we know the Coyotes.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
hey, we
Wow,
wasn't playing no games, man. We wasn't playing no
I
games.
see.
Shout out to Ace Ware. It was her birthday weekend. We turned up in crew
Okay.
after the game. We had a great time. Coyotes is very well known in West Palm Beach. Y'all have to get out and support these people, these ladies, people. The Coyotes, they play their hearts out, and there really should have been more people to that game. We promoted enough, they promoted enough. They have a lot of friends, a lot of family. Let's show these ladies some support. So, with that being said, this coming Saturday, May 3rd, we are on a Spirit Airlines flight to Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Atlanta Rage. Okay? Now, their game is going to be played.
Freaking say
Yes, I
spirit.
said Spirit.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
come on,
you
Barton
know that
Chopper.
goes against
Okay.
everything I believe in because I'm an American Airlines and Delta girl, but we flying Spirit, okay? Anyway,
Way to
listen.
get
This Saturday, May 3rd, we are on our way to Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Atlanta Rage as they host the West Palm Beach Coyotes in their special Mother's Day game day edition. There will be a special tribute. Now, this game is going to be played at Southern Crescent Stadium, located at 6231 Garden Walk Boulevard in Riverdale, Georgia. The gate opens at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and tickets right now, pre-sale tickets are $15 if you get them in advance. Just go ahead and cash out dollar sign Big Rage ATL on Cash App. That's dollar sign Big BIGRAGE ATL on Cash App. Cash App them $15. Tell them it's for May 3rd game. Give them your name and everything. Tickets at the gate will be $20. Again, this is game number 2 for both of these teams. It's their mother's, what is it? Mother's Game Day edition for the Atlanta Rage, and we are so looking forward to their halftime tribute to the mothers.
That's amazing. I'm glad
Yeah,
that,
I love
with
this
it being
flyer.
the
Whoever put that together for them.
yeah, most definitely. They're still taking time to recognize
Yeah.
mothers, and I love
And
that.
just one more thing, I just want to say to the Atlanta Rage, if you go to their Facebook page, there's a Facebook post on there that they made, and a couple people on there got upset, when we post the West Palm Beach Coyotes. And what people don't realize is that is a way of promoting. Okay, you ever have boxers coming up for a fight? They do a face off, like, they're mad with each other. It's to hype up the fans
Correct.
and to get everybody. We want to fill
Exactly.
the stadium for the Atlanta Rage, because I want the Women's Football Alliance, the WFA, I want them to get so much notoriety with these women playing tackle football. It's something that needs to be brought to the open, and we need more supporters, we need more sponsors, and we need more people out there to the game to help these ladies. So let's help the West Palm Beach Coyotes going forward. And hey, Spirit got those tickets, y'all, round trip, $138. Some of them cheaper than that. Hey, round trip.
Take your little book bag, fold all your clothes up in a little
Hey,
book bag, take
I
your
got
one
my
pair of
bag packed
shoes.
right down there. Okay, because I know they ain't gonna let me get a free check bag.
Show they damn sure ain't giving it to you for free.
So don't forget, if you
Tell you
want
that.
pre-sale tickets, please cash out dollar sign Big Rage ATL. That is their cash out. Pre-sale tickets are $15. It's going to be $20 at the gate. Get those tickets before Saturday, May 3rd.
Great. That's great. I'm glad that you're going team mother. You're like at
Oh,
every
I love
game,
those girls.
everything,
I
everything.
love my
Girl,
Coyotes.
girl, you used to go hard like this for the
I,
Denver
I
Rocks.
really did. The Derry Rocks and the Boynton Bulldogs. I really did. I really did. I kid you not. I'm telling you,
Uh-huh.
like I said, everything my daughter has been in, I've always supported her. Atlantic High School, basketball, football, flag football, no matter what. But I love these Coyotes. They respect me, and I respect them.
And I will say, being a player for the Denver Rocks as many years as I was, um, it means a lot to have a
Oh yeah,
team mother. I think you're echoing. Are you echoing too? I can hear your
oh,
background friend. Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Okay. It means a lot to have a team mother
Yeah,
on the team, and someone that genuinely cares about the
yeah.
well-being of the players. So to see what you have put into these teams and how close you are to these ladies and how you
Oh
support
yeah.
them, it's amazing.
Listen, the love I have for these ladies. These are like my kids. I'm not the
Uh-huh.
official team mom, but these are like my kids. They all call me Mom Vicky or whatever. They ask me when I'm cooking, and just so y'all know, I'm cooking not Mother's Day, but the Sunday after Mother's Day. I'm cooking at my house. It's BYOB. Y'all ladies know what to do. Okay, so hey, if y'all want to eat, y'all better send that cash out.
Oh. What you say? These groceries
Oh,
high, huh,
honey, look,
friend?
and these girls can eat. Like they be wanting steak and pot roast, and I mean macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese costs like $200 to make. People don't realize that.
Yeah, macaroni and cheese is
Yeah,
really
and I don't
expensive to
use
me.
that great value cheese. I use real cheese. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
ain't none of that, whole milk and all of that stuff. Mine from scratch. I got good macaroni. What's up, Duke? How you doing,
Okay.
bro? Duke says, just saying hi. Everybody know Duke. They used to call him R. Kelly back in the day.
Hey, Maria. Hey, Mommy Jackie. Hey,
Hey, Mama
Pam.
Jackie.
Um,
Hey, Pam. How you doing, lady? Maria, I just asked
Hi,
that. Did you get a new Facebook page? And he told me yes, because you came across. I said she didn't send me a friend request yet, so I don't know if that's her or not. But I wanted to make sure that was you.
That's I told you, hey Riri. That's, all right, let's take this thing on down to Florida. Every week, y'all in the
Don't do
goddamn
that. Don't. Now
news.
you ain't. I thought we weren't gonna even say what state we were in. We just gonna talk about the subjects. Now you ain't have to do that. You ain't even have to do
I don't know
that.
what we wrong. I don't know what we wrong with y'all. I'm glad I live in Illinois. Well, you know what? Let me shut up. I'm
But
not
you
gonna
ain't
say
have to.
nothing.
You ain't have to do that. We said we wasn't gonna name states no more because Florida has really been showing out, and that's just not fair.
Well, Fred, we might as well take Florida off the goddamn topics then because y'all stay in it.
Play the tape, man. Play the tape.
I mean, now what you want to do?
Come on, man. Let's get this over with. God damn, Florida. Y'all just go.
Dealing with tragedy after a pair of dogs fatally attacked their 8-year-old son. It happened yesterday afternoon in a neighborhood near DeLand.
Was out on his bike with one of his friends, and at the entrance to their subdivision, he stops and goes to pet one of these dogs that's out there. And at that point, Michael is maliciously mauled, brutally mauled, and killed.
The sheriff says the child's mother tried to shield him from the attack. Witnesses called 911 and attempted CPR on the boy, but he died from his injuries. The dogs are currently being held in quarantine, but it's unclear if they may be put down. The sheriff says they will continue to investigate and hope to.
Ain't no way in hell the owner should be held
At all.
accountable.
I agree. It's tragic.
It's tragic. It's totally, totally tragic
Yeah.
what happened. Totally. I get it. I understand. I'm so sorry the little boy lost his life. But the dogs was inside their yard
Minding
in
their
the
own
gate.
business. This boy got off his bicycle and went to pet a dog. You can't pet everybody's dog.
That is
Some
true.
dogs are not for petting. Most dogs are for guarding and support and protection. And I mean, that's just like, you coming to just handle someone's gun. Think of a dog like a gun.
Correct.
You can't just handle someone's gun because it might go off. You don't know if it's loaded or not. So you don't know if that dog is an attack dog or what kind of training he's gone through. And it's very unfortunate this little boy lost his life over this, but he shouldn't have gotten off his bike to go and pet that dog. I'm sorry, the dogs should not be put to sleep.
No, no, Auntie Rhonda, the dogs were not loose.
No.
The dogs were actually in their yard behind a
Yep.
locked fence. The little boy went up to pet the dogs behind the fence, and that's how they got a hold to the little boy and killed him. So but my thing is if they now put the dogs down, hold the owner accountable, that now opens the owner up to some form of
Hmm.
liability to be
Exactly.
sued by these people when it was no
Yeah.
fault of theirs. The dog is protecting the house, protecting the yard and everything behind the gate. I mean, I just, for the life of me, hearing that story, I don't see anything that the owner actually
I
did
saw
wrong.
nothing wrong, and it's. I'm glad you said that. It becomes a liability to the homeowner
Mhm.
because I feel whenever you are a homeowner, of course you have homeowners insurance. Are we going to
Correct.
start needing protection through our homeowners insurance for our pets attacking people? Because this is a big liability right here. They can be sued civilly and be taken to the bank for
Exactly.
everything that they have. And it's not
Correct.
fair, and especially to those dogs. I mean, honestly, this is a time where I need Peter to step in and do what they do best, getting people down face in their business.
Girl, you know damn well, Peter.
I'm saying those dogs should not be put to sleep. Peter, come on, do your thing. Do, do your
Girl.
thing, Peter. Get in their face and do not put those dogs to sleep. And,
Friend, Peter gonna be raising sand. You
but they
somebody.
haven't done anything yet for this family yet. I looked all over the
That is
internet. I
true.
couldn't find anything. And I need Peter to step in and
Mm,
do what they do best, get in people's face and get in their business and create a ruckus for these folks. Those dogs should not be
correct,
put to
correct.
sleep.
And that just like this is a great comment here. The baby was trespassing then. I hate they lost his life, which is
Absolutely,
true. It's a
Rhonda.
very tragic
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
very tragic. It's unfortunate the little boy lost his life, but again, indeed, he was
Yes, he
trespassing.
was. So I'm wondering now, can the owners do a countersuit for trespassing? And since the mother was there trying to shield him, and as a mother, why would you let your child go and pet another dog?
First of all, Pam, I want to be very clear. Little man ain't fighting no goddamn body in this house. Okay. Little man is gonna come in and say, "Here go the treats. Can you give them to me?"
That's one, yeah, that's one thing I love about little man. Little man be minding his own business. He be looking out for self, baby. And if you got something
He
in
going
your
right
hand that
to the
he
pantry.
want, he gonna ask you for it. And if you say no, he gonna go on about his business. That's what I like about it.
He going straight to the
Okay,
pantry and be like, "That's where the treats."
that's what I like about my nephew, honey. Leave little man alone, not pay him. But Rhonda, you're absolutely right. That boy, he was trespassing, and
He was indeed
it's
trespassing. Yeah.
unfortunate. But I don't think those dogs should be put to sleep. I'm sorry.
Because I've seen videos, but I've also been out in public where I've seen dog owners that have their dogs on leash and other dogs run up and they'll be like, "My dog isn't friendly. My dog isn't friendly." Because, sometimes other dogs will run up to them, or some people think that it's okay to have their dog off the leash and things like that. And I respect dog owners that make it known my dog isn't friendly. My dog isn't friendly. And they're being a responsible pet owner,
You won't see that here in
by
Florida. I
announcing that.
mean, if I feel like if you have dogs that aren't friendly in public, you should have a muzzle on them. I don't see many dogs with muzzles on them anymore. So I mean that's a sign
Okay.
right there of a badass. That dog bad if you see a muzzle on them. And but in this case, these dogs were in the privacy of their own yard, and this little boy
That
came
is
and
very true.
he invaded their space. So maybe they thought
That
he
is
was,
very true.
a robbery. He was getting ready to rob them.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question, Vicky. Let's say the dogs were still in their yard, but the owner did not have a gate.
That's a different story. So
Mhm.
if the dogs were secured, that would be different. My niece in Georgia did get mauled by a pit bull when she was younger,
Okay.
and it was the neighbor's dog. I don't know all of the details of what happened. I just know she did get mauled by a dog, and Hannah's alive, so I just thank God for that. But the
Mhm.
neighbors did hold some, they did have some sort of liability, with all the whatever happened with it or whatever. But if the
Okay.
dogs were in their own yard and they were tied up, again, he's trespassing. Once he hit that
Mhm.
property, he's trespassing. And like Rhonda said, the mother is very irresponsible because, first of all, you don't let your child pet any dog.
That is very true.
People pets are their pets for a reason.
And people should know, not even kids, but adults, you should ask, "Can I pet your dog?"
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you go touch
And there's nothing
it.
wrong with that. I mean, I
Exactly.
used to have a
Okay.
pit bull named Tank. He was very friendly, like people. If he peed on you, if Duke is still on here, Duke remember Tank. If he liked you, he'll pee on you. But don't get mad at me because my
Mhm.
dog peeing on you. He just happy to see you.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, it's unfortunate. My condolences to the family that the little boy lost his life. Um, it's tragic, and I understand that, but I don't think that the dog owner should be held
Yeah,
accountable, nor should the dogs be
yeah,
put down.
most definitely.
I need some dogs like that around this damn house.
You know what? Come on, friend. Let's get this next story. And don't say what state this is, please. Don't
I-
even say what part of the state it's in. Let them figure it out.
What'd you
I
say,
said,
friend?
don't even say what part of the state it is. Just let people figure it out. If they really
Okay.
paying
Okay.
attention.
Okay. Cool.
That
We need to
federal agents
understand.
are aware of. 30% of those who purchased the $15,000 fake diplomas went on to sit for state exams, even passing them.
Use those fake credentials to sit for state board examinations, obtain their nursing licenses, and ultimately get jobs at hospitals.
We learned the 3 nursing schools selling the fake documents were based right here in South Florida. One at the Palm Beach School of Nursing in West Palm Beach, another at the Siena College of Health in Lauderhill, and at Sacred Heart International Institute in Fort Lauderdale. While agents have already identified several facilities where people may be working as licensed nurses who obtained those jobs illegally, the concern is the safety of the patients being treated by them.
To date, we have not learned of nor uncovered any evidence of patient harm stemming from these individuals.
So 21 arrests have already been made. 2 more are expected over the next few days. As a result, agents have notified nursing boards.
That's serious.
Florida, Florida, Florida.
How did how did
They
how did
are the Palm Beach
who
County.
blew this?
Did we have this?
Who
Did
blew
we have this
this?
issue years ago with the fake CNA licenses and home health care?
We did. How did this? I didn't understand. I didn't get the. How did this come to light? Who blew? Was there a whistleblower, or how did they discover that this was happening?
I guess apparently somebody told them. Somebody got mad and you listen. You charged 15
Look at
bands.
that.
You charged.
Vicky, Vicky, look at that comment.
Josh, you don't want me to say nothing about American Airlines. Now, don't be coming for us.
Vicky, that pays bills in this house. You mind your business here, okay?
You don't want us to say nothing about it. We ain't gonna talk about them planes dropping out the air and whatnot, but that's okay.
Vicky, that pays bills in this
American
house.
Airlines
Don't
on
you
the
talk
news
about
every
nothing.
day. But anyway, I'm just kidding, Josh. I love you, baby. Listen, $15,000 for a piece of paper, a certificate. 15. What they did? They used. What they had to use. No, they couldn't have used the PPP. What is it? PPP money. Where they get $15,000 from?
Yeah, they had a lot of money. They just dropped on
Whoever
these
was making
certificates.
these certificates for 15,000, baby.
They came up. So when they took those certificates to go take the state board exam, it wasn't discovered. So whoever's making these certificates do some good work, friend. We got to
I
look.
don't
We
think
got to
they took the
find them.
state board exam. They just made.
Yeah,
They
they did.
did. That's what
In
they
the video,
said.
he said they went. Yeah, they say they went on to
Oh yeah, the
pass the
state
state
board
board exam.
exam. So they had to be selling the
Exactly.
cheat sheets.
Uh-huh.
But my question is, if they pass the state exam, are they really that bad?
I
Well, you know what?
mean, you got a
Yeah,
point, babe. But
you know, I'm gonna tell you, there's a show on I think it's Lifetime about this lawyer. What is it called? Suits. About this kid that was so smart. He never went to bar. He never went to he never went to he got thrown out of Harvard. But he did pass the bar. He knew the law and he could pass the bar or whatever, but he was this fake lawyer. But anyway, it was like 6 seasons. If y'all haven't watched Suits, y'all gotta go and watch this. It's funny. It's a good series. But they have to be good. Like the man said, nothing bad happened. Nobody was hurt. I mean, that we know of. I mean, how many people died under the care of these people? But did you read the comments in this story, Thaddeus? And did you
yes.
see the flags they had up on the screen? Somebody
Uh,
said this got island written all over it. They said
I'm saying
it's the
they are
Jamaicans.
very. They
They
are,
said they had the Jamaican flag on it. So I mean, it's kind of stereotyping. I think
but it's stereotyping, but it's reality. You and I both are from South Florida, and we know they are very
they
resourceful.
are, but you know what? Island nurses, they're so caring. They're so good and gentle and attentive. So if they're fake nurses, I mean, damn, Florida, we had this problem with the CNAs years ago, and I thought they clack clack. I thought they put a nice strong chain on that, and I thought they had it on lock where this couldn't happen again. But they done got worse. Now they done went from home health aides to CNAs to now nursing. Yeah.
Girl, they finna start selling. They finna start selling green cards and
And then I look
citizenships,
at my
honey.
cousin, and I'm so proud of her, Crystal Kennel. They call her Cece on Facebook. I'm so proud of her. She has been a nurse. She reminds me so much of her grandmother in each and every way. She's very, very caring. She's gentle. She's a sweet girl. And don't get me wrong, don't get my cousin mad because she got a temper. But when it comes to nursing, she's a real go-getter. She went out and she got her nursing degree and everything. She graduates. She's never flown before. She has to fly for graduation. And I mean, I'm just so proud of her. So I know the hard work that she put in, and her mother is also in nursing too. So I know the hard work my cousins have put in, and for somebody to go and pay $15,000 without doing the legwork on what it takes to be a nurse, that really burns me up. Now I'm
Yeah.
scared.
And it's also very
It is.
dangerous as
It is.
well.
Because honestly, I'm
You
gonna be
know,
scared
something
because if I have to go to the hospital, God forbid, and I get somebody from the islands or one of the brown folks, I'm gonna be like, no offense, but can I get somebody else? I kid you not. At this point, until they get a hold on this, you ain't gonna, 15,000. Where they get $15,000 from?
girl, them people are very resourceful. You know that. They don't play. They get their
Rhonda
money.
say, Rhonda say, and Americans aren't caring wherever there is a desperate need. Hey, Americans aren't as caring as island people, Rhonda. That's my experience with it. Like you get these American nurses, they don't really care. Like I was in the hospital, honestly. Most of the island nurses are the ones that really took good care of me. But the American nurses that were there, I could ring the bell and they wouldn't even come. You need something? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's how this one nurse answered. You need something? Okay, well, I rang my bell, so obviously I do. I need some help going to the bathroom. You can't get up and go to the bathroom by yourself. I'm like,
That is
and
very
this was my hospital experience. But I couldn't wait for the shift change. I mean, I'm sitting there in my bed and I'm holding it because I'm waiting on the other nurse so she can come and help me go to the bathroom. But that's my experience with the American nurses. I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Yeah, I just hate that when you express to them about something that you're feeling, like let's say that you're in pain and they ask you, is it like from a 1 to 10, and you say 10, whatever, there's doubt in what you're saying.
There
You
is.
know, it's
Yep,
just
there
like,
is.
yeah, it's just like, girl, I know what I'm
Yeah,
feeling. This is my body. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I hate. Or if you say, oh well, I can't breathe, then they'd be like, well, you're talking, so you're breathing, and it's just stupid shit like that.
I get that, and it really didn't dawn on me until I watch a lot of cops and stuff like that when people getting arrested and stuff, and they be in the back of the police car to me, I can't breathe, but yet they talking so much, but you can't breathe. Like it's got to make sense, but I don't know. I'm just
But we all have. I hate. For me personally, I hate when they say that where you're talking so you're breathing. We all have experienced a point where we've been short
yeah,
of breath. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? We all have experienced that. So the fact that they make a joke out of it or make an insult out of
yeah.
it, like it's like you don't know what you're feeling or experiencing. It actually burns my gears when
Yeah,
people say that. Like
it's
you're
just
talking.
it's. I mean, and you know what they do when you tell them when you're in the emergency room. I don't know if everybody noticed, but I had to explain this to one of my sisters. But I don't know if y'all know when y'all go to the emergency room and they're asking y'all questions like, where does it hurt? What does the pain feel like? What's the pain level? This and that. Tell me directly where it's hurting. You know what they do after they finish asking you all of that? They go to their computer to WebMD.
That is very
Anybody in
true.
nursing,
This is
tell
a
me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. And I got that from a nurse. She said, baby, she
yeah,
said,
that
baby,
is true.
they ain't doing nothing but going right to the WebMD to type in your symptoms, and then they're gonna figure out what to do after that.
That is true.
And I'm like,
That
that's
is
why I
very true.
downloaded it on my phone. I'm like, okay, before I go to the hospital and get this bill, I'm going to WebMD first. Who's to
Okay.
say? Who's to say all the recipients are brown? It's like Chinese. Everything can be duplicated. This is just the beginning. That that's true.
That is a very true
That's true.
statement.
That's true.
Very true statement. Because when you think about $15, I ain't got $15,000 sitting around in the pool on the shelf. You get
15,000.
what I'm saying?
I ain't even got 15 friends I can borrow $1,000 from each. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I can call you and Josh, and I'm good for at least 500 if I ask for it. Maybe 1,000 if any time for y'all to pay y'all house note and stuff like that. You know, but
Girl, we got about 4 poles down here in this basement. You're gonna come down here and shake a little ass,
hey,
girl.
you know me,
Okay.
I do it. I make a little change.
Okay, I want to bring this comment up that Maria just said. She said, "I have asthma, and many times I've had to say that I can't breathe, and they look at me like I'm crazy, like you're
Mm,
crazy." That's a great point. You know, people with asthma, it's often that they can't breathe. Yeah, my husband has
yeah.
severe asthma, and he can't breathe. But it's almost like, well, why you can't breathe?
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean why I
I
can't
mean, I
breathe?
have bronchitis, and I have an
Mhm.
inhaler, and I have to make sure that, that's with me or within reach, everywhere I go. And it's just that, some nurses, they look at you funny, but maybe those are the ones who paid the 15,000 for their certificate. I don't know.
Correct. But I'm just interested to know how this blew up. What leaked? Who was the
Yeah.
whistleblower here? Because this went on for a very long
Hmm.
time. Like, remember when they had the driver's license scam? Like,
Oh, and I made a couple
baby,
dollars off the driver's license appointments, honey. My friend, I chose
did
did.
you? Shut
Oh,
up.
my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot.
so so that's what I'm just like, wow, who blew this up? This was a real big thing
Yeah.
down there. And I'm sure, like Auntie Rhonda just said, this is just the beginning. There's a hell of a lot more people that spent this kind of money for this. And I'm sure whomever started this,
Mhm.
the price was a lot cheaper when they first started.
Somebody
But
got
when you
mad with the
start making,
plug. That's what happened. Somebody got mad with the plug. And
yep,
either they didn't get a plug all their money, or I don't know. They didn't get a plug all their money. They probably paid the plug like 10 bands and said, you know what, bitch, you gonna give me my damn certificate, bitch, or I'm pulling the plug on all this. People
they
do
probably
that.
asked the plug,
People do that.
they probably said, "Do you take Klarna?"
What is Klarna? That's like a firm.
That's, yeah, like
Oh,
paying
okay,
payments or
okay,
whatever. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they plug one of their money, but okay, I mean, but this is a very interesting story
Mhm.
because it's just like you
I
said,
might
when
have
you
told.
go to these hospitals, or the doctor's office or whatever, you don't know what credentials these
Yeah,
people have.
somebody told.
Yeah, so
They,
oh, we under tornado watch. Okay, I'm
they
sorry, but
definitely
go ahead.
told.
Um,
I'm
you
here.
there, friend?
Can you hear me?
I
Okay.
can hear you. So this story, I you get on my nerves. I love your crazy ass. I swear to God.
I didn't think about you, Patrick.
Okay. Okay. So what what we gonna do about this here, this thing in Florida?
Hey,
Free, you got to pay attention to this because we need some more information on this.
okay. Pay it y'all. Listen, viewers, please pay close attention to this next story because we need y'all to chime in on what's really going on this one. Run it.
And nurses start joking about Dr. DeLee's alleged drinking.
Push, push, push. Push.
Well, look what time it is.
Been at happy hour since he left my C-section.
Suddenly, this hospital delivery room sounded more like a raunchy Vegas comedy act.
So where's happy hour?
Whatever, tell me about it.
Listen as Dr. DeLee tells the nurses he was at this bar when he got called in to deliver Jared. A call which may have upset the doctor because next we hear him where it sounds like complaining about wasting his drink.
Is Belvedere the chance to pour out?
No, tequila.
It's obvious from the video the mother is exhausted, so she asked the doctor for a sip of water. His response? Outrageous.
Can I have something to drink, please?
No.
Okay.
If anyone gets anything to drink, it'll be me.
And you haven't even heard the worst of it yet. About the last thing a woman in labor with her legs up in the air wants to hear from a man she just met is this.
I was told not to say lift your fat ass up.
With cell phone cameras rolling, the doctor and nurses
I'm gonna let you take this one for him.
He should lose his license in every state. He broke so many. Aren't there laws against doctors being under the influence of drugs, alcohol? That whole conversation, how can this woman enjoy the birth of her child with this foolishness going on? Obviously, she seems to be drugged up, maybe with an epidural. because you can hear how slow her voice is. She's slurring. So go ahead, friend. Give me 1 second, okay?
Yeah, but just even from when I think of it from an HR standpoint, not only should the doctor be held accountable, but everyone that took part in that conversation and that looked at it as a joke should be held accountable. That is inappropriate behavior, inappropriate conversation in front of a customer, a guest, a patient. You understand what I'm saying? You are in the workplace. They are being paid for a service, and you have this type of inappropriate conversation in front of a patient, for one. For two, the fact that he blatantly admitted that he had been drinking and came back to the workplace. That's a bigger problem.
Right.
So I mean, it's just like there's so many layers to this story. And then to blatantly tell this young lady, no, you can't have a drink of water. The only person to be drinking something is me. What is that to say? You are the doctor. You're already wrong for being out drinking. I'm sorry I interrupted your goddamn happy hour because my baby decided to come now. It's just like, are you kidding me? Friend, what happened? Comments. What do you guys think of this? Y'all done got quiet over there in the comment section. But yeah, I do feel as if everyone should be held accountable that was in that room. And you can hear another young lady in the background that continued to speak and continued to, thought it was just a joke and just a laugh that he was at happy hour and he had, some bourbon or tequila, some bullshit or whatever. And this young lady here is in pain trying to deliver this baby, so what you say, Auntie Rhonda? Let's see here. He needs security because she is Black. Lauren would have never been crump on speed dial. He might be one of them. What the fuck?
Friend, I'm sorry, y'all.
Girl, what happened, friend? You okay?
I just had to run up and down the stairs real quick. I had something going on. Sorry about that.
Can you breathe, baby?
I'm talking, right?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are okay.
Give me one of them $15,000 nurses, please.
Okay.
This needs some oxygen. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Pam said that the baby should have a really nice trust fund.
Exactly.
That is true.
I just
that
find,
is very, very
talk
true.
about bedside manner. And she asked for ice or something to drink, and he told me no. And then somebody said, what he said about lifting her fat ass up.
I couldn't really. He did say something along that line, but I couldn't. It was really low. That part I couldn't really hear.
She probably wasn't even coherent enough to understand him. So I don't know. Yeah. I just think he should lose his license. Everybody that was in that room with him, that was laughing, joking, making fun, they need to be fired.
Correct.
And or reprimanded. And they all owe her an apology publicly because it's out there on the internet now. And she should be able to sue all of them civilly.
So I wonder who was recording it. Was it her father, the baby's father?
One of her family members was recording.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So I hope Jaden, is well taken care of. Ooh, my ass tired, friend. Come on, Zippy, do your thing, child.
Okay. Now, if y'all think that story is appalling, let's look at this next one.
Appointment was for a wisdom tooth extraction. While in the dentist chair, she says she had trouble breathing, so she asked the dentist to stop.
She eventually stopped, and then she resumed the attempt to extract the tooth. And after an extended period of time, I felt dizzy, and I told her that I couldn't see.
Joseph says she passed out in the chair, and when she regained consciousness, she was alone in the room.
I lost the ability to speak, so I had to tap on the metal object to gain one of their attention.
An ambulance brought her to a hospital emergency room.
I remember hearing the doctors declaring me to be in critical condition.
Joseph says her diagnosis was nerve damage, a mild jawline fracture, and an anesthesia overdose.
Tooth that's still in there.
Joseph says she received oral anesthesia. Dr. Charles Buste explained that IV sedation is safer. Appointment was for a
Crazy.
I just can't even get over the bruise on
When
her
you
cheek.
sent that to me, I initially thought it was I didn't have a volume up on it, and I'm like, why he sending me a video of somebody having a chemical peel? And
Mhm.
that's what her jaw looked like a chemical peel. But then when I turned it up and rewinded it, I'm like, this from a dental appointment to get a tooth extracted? And then
Yep.
she fell unconscious and they left her in there.
Yep. You left her in
I
there.
mean, anesthesia slows your breathing down, and I guess this is why they call me the pharmacist or whatever, because I know about all this kind of stuff. But anesthesia, it
Mhm.
slows your breathing down.
Uh-huh.
And she was already having trouble breathing. Why didn't they
Correct.
call the paramedics? I don't understand that, or get her to get her to the hospital to get care. What if she died?
That goes because they felt like there was nothing wrong. That was a point of not taking what she was experiencing seriously.
And see, this is why
You
I
know?
can't. This is why I see doctors say dentists are not doctors, and they don't respect
Mhm.
dentists as doctors either. Because, and this is one of the reasons why. It's sad, but it's one of the reasons why. Right, Rhonda? Michael Jackson. Exactly. Profilol.
Correct. Yeah, he was on that
Yeah.
good stuff, yeah.
And I mean, I can tell you a story about that when I had to get an endoscopy at Bethesda. Don't no, this is true. Um, there was an intern there, and he, what do they call it, anesthesiologist. He was there to administer the anesthesia to me, but the doctor was there who he was interning with. And when I said he's new, and he said, yeah. I said, I don't want him to give it to me. And he said
Mhm.
he's good. I said, what exactly is he giving me? When he said Profilol, I promise you, I told that man, I said, that's the stuff that killed Michael Jackson. I said, I don't want him to get at me. And that doctor promised me I was gonna be okay. He said, I will be here when you wake up. He comforted me. I was scared, but when you go under, you start counting from 99 on backwards, and next thing you know, you're in a hospital room waking up. It's like literally
Correct.
seconds had just passed. So to give this woman anesthesia and she's out and she came through still having trouble breathing, why would they not give her medical attention?
Correct. And and she went through all of that. They fractured
And
her
she still
jaw
got the tooth in them.
and still got the damn tooth in her mouth.
Man, this wasn't Florida, was it?
No, it wasn't.
God.
She still got the tooth in her mouth. So I'm like, but it's so often that there are times where you have like these dental assistants or you have you know, these new dentists that's just starting or going through some type of internship or things like that. And I wonder if this particular dentist was being supervised. Was this one of those new dentists? Was this someone that
An
was in an
internship,
internship?
yeah.
Was someone else there that could be supervising because they knew they effed up. Supervising this particular dentist. And the fact that she went through all of this only to have this tooth still in her mouth, it's just like, what?
But she had to be hospitalized for that. And if you go to a hospital, they're not going to pull the tooth out of your mouth. They're going to tell you got to go to a dentist. They're going to give you something for the pain,
Mhm,
and they're going to tell you have to go to a dentist. But here's the thing, she went to a
mhm,
dentist and they fucked her up. Excuse my language, y'all.
mhm,
But this is why we got to go over to
mhm,
YouTube.
mhm.
But they messed her up.
Yeah, that's
I
it's
wouldn't want to
sad.
be put under
It's a
for
sad.
no. I'm sorry, y'all gotta take this tooth while I'm still away. I done been through hell. Y'all gonna have to take this one like they used to do it back in the day. Put a string around it and pull it on out with a dope. Mm-mm.
Um, that I will say, in following that story a little closer, she did sue them. Um, she wanted to say they have one of them diplomas. 15 grand, girl. Get you
$15,000. 15 G's.
what? She did sue them and she won her lawsuit against them. But just regardless if she won the lawsuit, the pain that she's experiencing afterwards is still an issue. She still has the tooth in her
She's
mouth,
has to be
you know?
traumatized. Like,
Correct.
that's probably why she
You
still
know,
has it in her mouth. I mean, but fractured,
what'd you
a
say? I didn't hear you, Nikki.
fractured jaw. Like, it's literally,
A
how the
fractured
hell do you break a jaw pulling a tooth?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's. I remember when I had my wisdom tooth removed, and my wisdom tooth was impacted, and it wasn't coming in straight; it was actually
Mhm.
leaning. And I remember when they had to dig and dig, and they had this big drill machine, and everything was vibrating and shaking. And I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And they was able to get the tooth out in pieces and everything. So it could, having a tooth extracted can be very, very serious. But the fact that they went to the point of fracturing her jaw, they really, really was digging.
Oh my
Really was
God.
digging.
And I got an appointment with my orthodontist tomorrow too.
Mhm, mhm.
To get my braces
It's
tightened. I hope they don't break my damn teeth because these braces, if they tell me I got to do another year with these braces on, I'm gonna hurt somebody in that office.
I love you and your braces. I love your smile. They really, it's a beautiful. Look
Thank
at, look at that. You just
you.
as precious as you okay. But yeah, so that's the interesting story. But friend, we are actually ahead of time, but I do want to ask you something
Okay.
off topic. Um, and it wasn't on our docket tonight, but since we're here, I wanted to ask you: have you been following this Deion Sanders' son, Shiloh
Shador. Yes.
Sanders, Shador
Yeah.
situation? What are your thoughts on the drafting with him?
My opinion is Shador arrogant? I think so. He knows he is. But there's also another side of that. His father is Deion Sanders, primetime. Nobody likes primetime. So I think they're more or less using his dad as a reason to punish him and also his arrogance. They're trying to humble him and his father at the same time. That's my take on it. I was
I honestly think your take is spot on. I think that his dad is his
It
biggest.
is.
His dad is his
Yeah,
biggest enemy.
it
I
is.
do think that. Especially when Deion Sanders went on the Tamron Hall show and um, what he said about the teams or whatever. I was just like, why would you even say that publicly or whatever? But I have followed his son, and my personal opinion, I think he's
He
arrogant as a
is.
motherfucker.
He is.
That's just, I mean, I feel like, yes, it's okay to be confident.
Yeah,
Heck, I'm
of
confident.
course.
You
Of
get what I'm
course.
saying? But for me, there's a difference in being confident and being arrogant. In my personal opinion, I think that he has the mentality that football is a one man sport. No,
The
football is
team
a team
sport.
sport. And they can only win with being a team. And I felt like in just watching him in different interviews
Mhm.
and seeing him in
Mhm.
different things, he just felt like he was above being
Yeah.
criticized. He was above being recommended. Nothing was ever his
Mhm.
fault. There was never any accountability and things like that. Is he a great player?
Of course.
Absolutely. I need to give him his flowers. He's a great player. But again, football is a team
Right.
sport. There are times as a quarterback that you have to accept accountability. When the team doesn't win, you can't say, well, they did this, they did that. What did you do? You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? But also Deion Sanders, I would never want him as a parent. You understand? I just wouldn't. I feel like his dad just needs to go somewhere and sit down. He reminds me, remember them boys that played basketball, them ball boys? Lorenzo Ball and his dad was like always vocal and all that stuff or whatever. And
I
it
really
was
don't
just
follow basketball like that.
yeah. It was just like I don't want that kind of parent. My thing is, okay, I appreciate your support, but I got this. Sit down
See, my
somewhere. You
thing,
understand
my
what I'm
thing
saying?
is this. Primetime is a legend. He was good
Correct.
in football. He was good in baseball. He did the same thing Bo Jackson did. Primetime is a legend. Yes, Shador has some big shoes to fit into. And him playing for Colorado alongside Travis Hunter with Dion as their coach and everything, I think he took that, he took his confidence and turned it into arrogance by saying, oh, if this team draft me, no, we ain't doing that, or this team ain't gonna do this. So guess what? When you say that out in the open on the internet, you're letting everybody know you don't have that NFL team spirit or mindset. You finna get out there and you finna be arrogant and cocky at the same damn time. Yes,
Correct.
he's good. He's damn good. Me personally, I wouldn't have minded if the Cowboys would have picked him up. Because Dak ain't showing shit lately. And I'm sorry, Dak, but you making me mad here. I'm about to go to the Texans. But anyway, I digress. He's good. Shedeur is good. I wanted the Saints to grab him, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh could have had him.
But Maria, I agree. He has
He
worked
has.
hard.
We're not debating that. He's a damn good
I'm
player.
not negating the fact that he's working, but be humble
Yes,
and work
he
hard.
deserved to be drafted in the first round, honestly.
Yes.
But because we're saying because of his arrogance and the things that he has spoken out in public about the league itself and what he's not going to do and what he's going to do, you can't lay down the laws now. It ain't up to you. You got your celebration, your presentation, all this for when your name get called. But look, you get drafted in the 5th round, pick number 144. I played that shit in the damn lotto the other day. 5144.
Now, when his brother did not get drafted, but his brother signed on with Tampa Bay, I think it is Shiloh.
Shiloh's not good to me.
But the best thing that Shiloh did once he signed on to Tampa Bay was move away from his father and hire an agent.
And that's what Shedeur needs to do. He is a man, and I made this comment under someone's post. At the end of the day, Shedeur is a man. And he should have stood up to his father and say, Dad, you're wrong. I want to do this. I want to do that. We have to break away from our parents every now and then.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because that took me to my next point. If I were in his shoes and everything, if I was this big celebrity, I wouldn't want my parents working for me. I want my mama to be my mama.
You want to get there on your own merit.
Exactly. I don't need my mama to be my business partner. I don't need my mama to be my manager and speaking for me on my behalf. My mama. When I take all of this off, when I come off stage, when I come off the field and everything and stuff, I know I can go lay my ass in the bed with my mama and she can be my mama.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't want my parents working with me. That's just my personal opinion.
You're right. And a lot of people are like, Maria made a comment about, what about the Mannings? But there wasn't an issue when the Mannings did it. But when Dion did it, it's a problem. I mean, apples and oranges. We're talking about back then versus now, how the league has changed in so many years when the Mannings were out there, whatever. So I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's no comparison. I mean, it was said, things were said, but I mean, it wasn't made such a big deal because I mean, you ain't hear about the Mannings out there talking about the league and what they wasn't gonna do if this team drafted them or not. So you ain't hear them making statements saying what they wasn't gonna do. It's about respect. And at the end of the day, he has to respect the league. You knew you were gonna want to play pro football like your dad and your brother. Okay. So you have to respect the league.
And that's the thing. And we be so quick to say, well, they did this, they didn't do for this. That's the people shit. If you got a problem with the way they did it, get your own goddamn team. You won't have to worry about what decisions they made. You won't have to worry about what favoritism they showed to this person. Dion, go buy your own. You got all this goddamn money. You missed the goddamn showman. You talk all this shit on national television. Buy your own fucking team and your cheer can play for it.
He can afford it.
Got a problem, we always got a problem with what the white folks doing. We got a problem with it. Go buy your own goddamn team and your cheer can play on your team. And you won't have a problem with it.
And Maria said Shedeur signed on with an agent, then he was drafted by the Browns. Maria, the Browns was going to get him anyway. The Browns was going to get him. They was going to get him anyway because nobody else wanted him. By then, come on, 5th round, 144. Baby, if you ain't humble by then, I'm pretty sure Shedeur was humbled by the 3rd round. Who watches the NFL draft after the 1st and 2nd round? Nobody.
He was humbled when he got that prank
Nobody.
call.
They ain't even gave the man a number yet, and they already out there buying his jersey. You know why they buying his jersey? Because of his daddy.
Correct.
He ain't even got a number yet. The Browns haven't given him a number yet.
So the young man that pranked him from that his father works for the Atlanta Falcons. He got his father's iPad that he left open that wasn't secured and was able to get the phone number to the phone. That's how he was able to do the prank to Shedeur. And the league, NFL actually fined the father $350,000 because of what his son did.
That's good. They should have fined him more than that. The league fined him. Yeah.
The league fined him $300,000.
And Maria, Lamar Jackson, his mom is his manager / agent. Let me tell you something. Women are different than men when it comes to football. I'm gonna tell you that now. Them mamas are totally different when it comes to their kids playing football. Okay, mamas are managing the money and the women. Daddies are managing the game. That's how I look at it. That's how I've seen it. So the mama's trying to make sure that they keep their money and it don't go to none of them little heifers that be trying to set them up, like Shay Shay got set up by the little girl.
I have somebody in the studio that got a comment about
Okay, come on, baby.
I just feel like they did it for the views. If you notice, nobody watches the draft after they won, right? Everybody watched the draft day 2, day 3, up until round 5. I'm just saying. They did it for spectators. That's what they did it for.
But you know what? Josh has a point because nobody watches the draft after who cares who gets drafted in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round? Hell, I didn't even know they had 5 rounds. Honestly, I thought it was just the 1st and 2nd because I've never seen beyond 2nd.
Okay, Maria said they find the league. They find the league $250 and the coach $100,000. Okay, still adds to $350, but they find the young man that did the prank.
Still $350. They know what the Mannings are going to do. Sit back and watch. Y'all gonna be humble. So,
like I said, go get your own
what
shit.
Maria said. Hold on, Maria said 144 pick 144th pick. Read Psalms 144. It says it all. Bet that, Maria. I'm definitely gonna read that.
Hey, look, man. Auntie say Shay Shay didn't get set up. He was aired.
Listen, Monique told him to stay his ass away from them young girls and get him an old bitch. See, Shay Shay, I'm available. But see, Chico done called me. Now the man who's speaking Spanish in the Dollar General, baby. Chico done called me.
Oh God.
Yeah, Shay, you right. Shay didn't get set up. He was.
No, Shannon was not set up.
I don't even think Shannon was arrogant, man. Shannon was just dumb. Like, bro, 50 million.
That was
just for saying you're gonna talk.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to dinner because I don't want to get choked. Come on, bro. You knew that was a setup.
And she was what, 20 years old or something, OnlyFans model or whatever. Oh well, get out.
Tomorrow. Come on, man, Gabby.
You done listened to it all. Oh my God,
Gabby. Come on, Gabby. Gabby for 50 mil, baby. 50 mil. Jayden Daniels' mom don't play. You know what, Pam? I wanted to do a piece on Jayden Daniels a few weeks ago. I still, I now it's kind of old, but the way she did Juju, that's the story I had sent you on that.
Yeah. We had scratched it that night.
She dick blocking. She dick blocking for real. Like, sis, you need therapy because Jayden Daniels' mama need therapy because she just doing too much. I'm sorry, because Juju is a good girl. Juju's a good girl. She make her own money.
Auntie Rhonda, I'm with you when you're right, girl.
He need to just be who he is and get. You know what? That I see you smiling about that, so I know. I have my suspicions, and I'm hoping. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get to this motivation because I love me some shit.
You cannot lose when it's your time to win, and when it's your time to win is determined by God. Not you, not me, not a guru, not your business coach, not the latest best-selling author. Times and seasons belong to God.
Period.
Period.
It's so often, and I love that because it's so often that we pray for something and we want an immediate results from it. It's so often that we tend to be selfish prayers. It's just like, oh, well, God didn't answer my prayer yet, so let me pray for it again. And one thing that I've learned that God don't need your help. What God has for you is for you.
People have to understand, honey, God is our Father. And sometimes as
Oh,
parents, we have to say no. So what makes y'all think that he ain't gonna say no to y'all? We say
that's
no
true.
here on earth. Sometimes he has to tell us no when the time is right.
Correct. Well, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And I also wanted to let the audience know before we go, next week's show would not air on
Yes.
Wednesday night. Next week would actually air on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's versus Wednesday night. Both of us are traveling next week for work, and we had to do some moving around. So the show will air next Thursday night versus next Wednesday night as we normally do. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Deliberate Discussions. I am Thaddeus
And I am
Parker,
Vicki Horton.
and you all have the most